Hi, I'm Tatsumari Black, and this is my first analysis breakdown of none other than Devil May Cry 5, one of my favorite game series of all time. So I'm very much looking forward to doing this. Hopefully, I may slip, I may make some mistakes since it's my first time, but hopefully you guys like it. And if you do, I will definitely consider making more. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what Nero is doing there, if you guys don't already know, is littered throughout the environment in this game are telephone booths. So Nero can walk into one of them and he can call Nico. When he calls Nico, of course, she's the lady who is upgrading all of his weapons. So unlike the past games where you could just do it at the screen and you don't know exactly how they upgraded it, it just happened. Now we have an actual person doing so. So far she seems okay. Her southern accent's kind of off-putting, but she grows on you like pretty much everything else in this game.
You're up, Nico.
You know I got you covered, asshole.
Try not to get us killed on the way there.
So, as you can see, apparently Nero can rev and run at the same time, which, I mean, you could do that in Devil May Cry 4 as well, but it looks more amazing in this. I really like how the Red Queen looks in this game. The Red Queen looks pretty sick. So as you can see, Nero has one of his returning combos from Devil May Cry 4. In the gameplay videos that they showed previously, you didn't really see a lot of this. And I mean, that's okay. They don't really know exactly what they're doing. They're just playing the game for the first time, so that's fine. We don't expect that. But it's good to see other variations of his combos are returning, as well as Exceed. So, seems like his Devil Bringer moves from Devil May Cry 4 are returning as well, and they look prettier. That was sick. So now Nero has his own version of Quicksilver. Now, in pretty much every single Devil May Cry in the main timeline has some element involved in time. In the first one, you had like a item that you'd activate and it would absorb your devil trigger, and then you'd basically slow down time to a standstill. So none of the enemies were moving or anything like that. In 2, it was a similar thing. In 3, you had Quicksilver, which was one of Dante's styles. So with this style, the enemies, you would activate it and the enemies would slow down, so they would still be in motion, but they would be easier for you to manipulate them and do stylish combos and setups with. In 4, it was more of a machine. It was only in a certain level. You activate the machine in the room and it would slow down time, similar to this, but everything would keep going like 3, but just very, very slowly. So it's interesting that now Nero can activate it no matter where he's at. That's going to be cool, and it's going to also set up very interesting combos. Also, I just thought of this. I wonder if it will be, it will like say like you do something, right? Say you slash at the enemy, like maybe like in the old Devil May Cry where you shoot them and then you deactivate it, and then the effects of the shotgun or the effects of the gun would take place afterwards. If that is included in that version of Quicksilver, that would be very, very sweet. Also, I hope this move is in the game. Now, some of the other, like in the old trailers, you'll see later on, one of the moves that I'm talking about, that ended up actually being gameplay. So hopefully we will get lucky and this sick move right here, where he's basically tossing the enemy around like a ragdoll, will be actually in the game. That kick is sick though, I love that kick. Dodging, attacking.
Hey, do you do parties?
So his swag is there, and Nero does have interactions with boss enemies with his double bringer, just like he had in Devil May Cry 4. So it's good to see that returning as well. And this right here is so sick. That is awesome. Graphically, it just looks amazing. I think that's one of the things, like, it's a bonus, but it's also kind of a downside. It's a bonus because it looks sweet, like in motion when everything is running, it looks great. But it's like some of the stylistic changes that look kind of awkward, like the way the characters look. But that's kind of being a little pessimistic and a little petty. But let's continue. That's sick. So it looks like Nero has his perfect dodge back, and now it operates, instead of doing like a dash, he does that flip. A variation of this was sort of in Devil May Cry 3 before they decided to make Trickster into dashes. It was originally a flip. So it looks like they took that idea and the idea from Devil May Cry 4 and decided to implement it in Devil May Cry 5. So that's going to be pretty interesting going forward. Okay, so this is the move that I was talking about, where previously it was in a game, well, not really a gameplay, it was in a trailer video, and you couldn't really kind of figure out whether it was actual gameplay or whether it was just like a cutscene, you know, and now it seems like it's actual gameplay. The thing with this that I'm concerned about, though, or that I'm not really concerned, but looking forward to seeing, is how you navigate doing this, considering like all the camera angles with Devil May Cry, they change. So that's going to be interesting to see how they have you use this move. And also I'm looking forward to seeing if it's jump cancelable. If it is, I think that it could be a very interesting move to enter into one of your creative combos. If not, hopefully they have some kind of way to remain in the air after you perform it so that you can still continue aerial combat. That's it. I also hope that you have tricks like that. Like, I hope that's, like, I see it's in gameplay and whatnot, but you never know if you can actually perform it. It may be a context like sensitive thing, or it may be like sort of like a pop-up thing where you press a button and it activates that, like a quick time event. So hopefully that's not the case and you can just pull off those tricks anytime, anywhere. Slice.
Perfect timing.
Okay, so what I will say about Nero, real quick, is that I'm really hoping that they have variety, not just with his arms, which we see that they are including variety regarding that, but I'm hoping that they have variety when it comes to his melee weapons. That is one of the flaws with Nero and Devil May Cry 4. It's the fact that he really only has Red Queen. So that's all he has. Hopefully they'll add like a pole arm or maybe a nunchaku or something like that to bring some more mix up into the gameplay and some flavor. That's what I'm looking for. Dante. Hell yeah. So this right here is probably the sickest part of the trailer. Simply because, number one, I mean, obviously it confirms that Dante is in the game. But number two, it confirms that they are being very creative when it comes to how they have Dante use his weapons, and how their weapon selection ideas and thought process are going. It reminds me so much of Navon. So Navon in Devil May Cry 3 was a guitar. It was a guitar that you could use as a weapon. It would turn into a scythe, and you could use it to chop down your enemies, and you could also play it. And when you play it, its attacks, or the musical notes, would be attacks that would hurt and harm enemies. It's absolutely sweet and amazing. So this kind of thought and this kind of idea has me hopeful that they will include a variety of weaponry, because that's another thing that was really troublesome with Devil May Cry 4 Dante, is the fact that he has access to all these styles, but limited weaponry to actually use them, and then also the styles were kind of incomplete. They weren't 100% the styles that we had previously had in Devil May Cry 3. So if they have those things resolved, I think that Dante could be one of the sickest incarnations in this game ever. Awesome. Devil May Cry 5, folks. March 8th, 2019. And that's it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Again, this is Tatsumari Black. If you did like it, consider subscribing. Just click the button right there in the channel, and then perhaps I'll do another video just like this.